That's the road coming into the Ward charcoal ovens from Highway 50. And this is the day use parking area. There's a little picnic table. There's a restroom. Some parking in the trail. Hi, it's Sean and Corrine with Travels of Red Rover, and we're here at the Ward Charcoal Ovens near Ely, Nevada. This is a Nevada State Park.
Yes.
These charcoal ovens were built in the mid-1870s. They would load in about 35 cords of wood into each oven. And after 12 hours, they would have their charcoal. It took about 5 acres of cleared land to get the necessary wood to fill these ovens, each oven. So by the time that they stopped using these ovens, there was not much timber left in this area.
Yep. Corrine and I are out at the Ward charcoal kilns. We're trying to get a pre-sunset shot. There's lots of interesting clouds in the background, and every once in a while the sun will peek through and light up the kilns, and that's kind of what we're waiting for right now. Setup's a pretty simple one. We're shooting at about f11, ISO 100, and it's aperture priority, and then I'm using a polarizer to bring up the drama in the clouds. So hopefully all that will work. So it's a beautiful setting, and Corrine is over there working on her camera and trying to get a shot from her angle. But it is actually just absolutely gorgeous up here. So you'll notice something a little different tonight, and that is that I have the extension on my camera way up. Normally I would almost never do that because it makes the camera a little less stable up there, and you get a little tiny bit of vibration. However, it's completely windless right now, and I have this problem with these big bushes in front of me here, these big I think these are sage bushes in front of me here, and I'm trying to shoot over top of those as much as I possibly can. So I needed to get the camera higher in order to do that. Unfortunately, I don't have a wide enough angle lens to come in here, which would be the sort of ideal place to take the photograph. So I'm having to get back a little bit and see if I can shoot over the plants. It's been a nice day out here, although it's starting to cloud over now, and probably we're not going to get a landscape or stars pictures tonight, but I think we might try again tomorrow.
Yep, the clouds have come in this afternoon. We got a little bit of light about a half an hour ago, but sunset isn't quite for another hour and a half, and it's pretty heavy clouds behind us where the sun is. So we did a few daytime shots, maybe with some nice puffy clouds in the background.
And tried with a few with a polarizer on and few with a polarizer off. There's a little bit of definition in the clouds, so hopefully the polarizer will pull that out a little bit.
Yes. So maybe we'll be back again tomorrow, see if we can get some better light.
So Corinne, what are we looking at here?
So we've come along the path from the Ward charcoal ovens and come to kilns that were used to produce the lime mortar that was cementing the rocks together for the charcoal kilns. And they used limestone crushed down and then superheated to produce pure lime that was then mixed with other materials to create like a mortar.
After we finished our walk, we decided to head for Cave Lake State Park. This is also very close to Ely and a lovely place to visit.
Hi folks.
Good morning.
We're here at Cave Lake State Recreation Area in Nevada. It's close to Ely, and we just thought we'd take a tour around and see what's here. It's predominantly a few campsites and picnic sites, and on the sign we saw coming in, it said there's a 5 trout limit.
There's also some very good hiking, especially if you like to walk up the sides of steep hills.
So it's probably a lot busier on a summer day. We're here midweek and it's just late May, so it's not too busy yet.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful here this morning. It's sort of the perfect temperature, and we literally have the entire recreation area to ourselves.
And it's very calm today, so that's pleasant.
Yep. So if you get a chance and you're up near Ely, this is definitely a spot that is worth checking out. So we're going to continue to walk around, and we'll talk to you soon.
Well, it's a few minutes before sunset. We're still at the Ward Charcoal Ovens State Park, and this is a view across the valley past the kilns to the east, and over in this direction is Great Basin National Park, which we hope to visit in a few days. And I've just come to the top of the hill, and I'm going to work on a composition with this peak in it. And I've got my camera set up. I'm hoping for a little bit of sunset color in a few minutes. The sun's gone down behind our local mountain here, so it's pretty shadowed where we are, but we might get some sun reflecting off those clouds up there. Today I'm using a new filter holder. This one's from Nisi, and it's called a Nisi Switch, and it allows me to angle my filters in different directions so that I can reduce the amount of light on either side of that mountain peak. And I've got a 3 stops off filter on my right side and a 2 stops off filter on the left side where there's a bit more cloud and the sky's a little muted. So we'll see how that will work out. Well, most of my clouds disappeared from back behind that hill, and I didn't get a lot of sunset color, but down to the south, well, it lit up nicely. So I changed my composition, and now I made that peak in the distance back there, right over here, as my main subject, and getting some of this color here. Here's how my composition is set up, making the peak dominant and getting that nice pink color of the clouds.
So we're now waiting for sunset, and we're hoping these clouds in the background here will get a little color in them. At least that's what we're hoping for. So we'll see what happens. Karina and I are out at the charcoal kilns again, except it's obviously gotten a little darker. We're out here shooting the Milky Way over top of the charcoal kilns, and what we're doing is taking various shots as the Milky Way starts to rise up over the kilns. Now tonight we don't have any moon, so we're using 2 panel lights on the lowest possible settings to give us enough light on the kilns so that they'll show up quite bright in the photograph. So you'll be able to see the kilns quite clearly, and then overhead you'll be able to see the Milky Way as it's kind of rising. It's been an interesting evening because as it came up over the horizon, it sort of had a parallel to the tops of the kiln sort of orientation, and as the evening's gone on, that orientation has gone more and more vertical, and we're just getting to the point now where it's almost completely vertical.
And what kind of camera settings do you use?
That's a good question. So there's a bunch of different ways you can do it. Karina and I like to use a program called Starry Landscape Stacker, and so it eliminates a lot of the noise and issues that you have taking a nighttime photograph at a fairly high ISO. So tonight I've got my camera set up at f2.8. I have the ISO set at 6400, and I'm shooting on manual mode, and I have about an 8-second exposure. Now if you have too long an exposure, you'll start to get little streaks in your stars. So you really want to keep your exposure time as short as you possibly can. And the way we deal with noise and getting the stars nice and sharp is we put them into the Starry Landscape Stacker, and we basically composite the photographs. So we'll actually add 5 dark photographs, and we'll add 10 star photographs, and the program basically aligns all the stars so that you get a single photograph. And it also does a nice thing. It also eliminates airplanes from the photograph, so which is really quite nice, although tonight it's not been an issue. So here's a shot of the back of my camera, and as you can see, the kilns are quite well lit, and you can see the core of the Milky Way going up from the bottom right, or the far right kiln, going off into the top left hand corner of the photograph.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's bright and sunny today.
It's really sunny.
We had a nice clear night, and we were able to get some night photos here at the Ward charcoal ovens. Hopefully some of them turned out nice.
Yeah, it was a beautiful evening. It was lovely and warm, and Actually, what was odd last night is the birds were even singing in the middle of the night.
And we heard a few coyotes out there too.
Yeah, the coyotes were definitely howling, but they were quite far away.
So this is a really nice spot to come and visit. There's a nice interpretive trail. It's not a big park, so it won't take a lot of time out of your travels, but it's definitely worth a stop by if you're in the Ely area.
Yes, absolutely worth the stop. We had a great time here. Also up at Cave Lake as well as another beautiful spot just south of Ely, both worth the stops.
So if you enjoyed our video, I hope you will consider subscribing and give us a thumbs up. And if you'd like to know when new videos are uploaded, hit the notification bell.
And as always, don't hesitate to leave a comment. We love hearing from you. Love to answer questions. We try to respond to everybody. So, don't hesitate to give us a comment or a thought or an idea. We're always open to new information.
And we really appreciate the time you've taken to watch our videos.
We really do. We thank you very much. It's a little over 100 subscribers now, so we're making very slow but steady progress.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye for now.
Bye for now. Next week, we're off to Great Basin National Park. We have a great time doing some photography up in the mountains. Take care, and we look forward to seeing you next week. And bye for now.